So hello and welcome to this video. Today is a special video about the return of Silent Hill, a game I absolutely adore. I think for me it's one of my favourite survival horror games ever. The reason why it is so different and you can differentiate it from Resident Evil is it's more psychological based. So it's more of a psychological horror. And it really does kind of creep up on you in that sense. It doesn't rely on jump scares, it doesn't rely on that kind of thing. It's more a kind of, almost kind of like trying to mess with your head whilst you're playing the game. And the music plays a massive part in that. And, you know, music is a massive element of the identity of Silent Hill. It's got a very distinctive sound.
What is this? What's going on here?
I've always described it as kind of like Disclosure, like house music, but without the kind of drum and bassy kind of feel behind it. Without the drums, it's got that kind of house kind of feel that Disclosure offer. But yeah, very dark as well, but very kind of ambient sounds. And that is quite creepy whilst you're playing the game. It doesn't pretend to be a Resident Evil game. That's what I love about it. It doesn't try and copy off Resident Evil in any manner. It just tries to be almost kind of like its own mystery, really. And that's what I love about it. I love how it's shrouded in mystery. It's got this very kind of tense, almost atmospheric kind of music going on. It's kind of moody in elements. And it's just very unique. It's hard to put into words without playing the game. But I played the first game when I was about 9 or 10 years old. So I was kind of young to play a game like that. But I liked it in particular because it still had puzzles like Resident Evil games. So you still did kind of puzzles to progress. You had to find items and keys, etc. to progress into the game. And the survival horror element was actually, obviously, you had to make sure you didn't use too many bullets, too many kind of health kits and that kind of thing. You had to consistently collect things, you know, med kits, bullets, and you got to upgrade weapons and so on as you got through the game. And I absolutely loved it. And it's just like I say, it's so unique. If you haven't played Silent Hill, I really would say go back to the old PS1 game, play that. A lot of people love Silent Hill 2, and don't get me wrong, the graphical jump, you know, the leap from the first game to the second game is really something. And back when I first saw a bit of a demo of the game, I was absolutely blown away on the PlayStation 2 back in the day. And it is meant to be kind of almost like a complete version of Silent Hill 1, in a sense that Silent Hill 2 was almost a remake of the first game, just with new characters. And that's why a lot of people find it kind of to be the definitive version, really, of Silent Hill. But for me, the first game is where it's at. You know, that was the first game that really captured my imagination, and, you know, it really grabbed me by the throat, so to speak. and it made me a massive fan pretty much instantly. And I've played the game possibly, I don't know, 20, 30 times at least. I mean, there's a possibility it might be more, but I've played the game quite a lot, and the last time I completed it was only a couple of years ago. And whilst it's, difficult to play a game like that on a big TV these days, without it looking terrible, I really enjoyed the experience again. I really remembered why I liked the game so much. But for me, I'm not going to lie, because I love the first game so much, I'm really interested in a possible remake of the first game in some way. But for me, like a lot of Silent Hill fans, I'll take anything really, because it's just been well over a decade since we've had any Silent Hill game. And it's been over 15 years since we've had anything really to the quality of what you'd expect from a Silent Hill game. So for me, I'm a bit of a purist, and I think for me there's just 3 Silent Hill games. The rest are kind of like your straight-to-DVD knockoffs. So for me, the first 3 games is where it's at. And to tell you the truth, I haven't actually played the third game. But there is a good reason why I mention the first 3 games rather than any of the others. And that's because they are absolutely critically acclaimed for being amazing survival horror games. So if you're a big fan of Resident Evil and you've never played Silent Hill, really give it a try, because obviously it's the same ilk, the same kind of feel to Resident Evil, in essence of it being a survival horror. But everything else that you can imagine that makes a Resident Evil game, it just doesn't have. It's just completely different and flipped upside down. And I think, a lot of films have been influenced by Silent Hill over the years. I think even Stranger Things to some extent has been influenced by Silent Hill, even in a subtle way. But Silent Hill took a lot of inspiration, I think, from 80s horror movies. In particular, there's a film I loved as a kid, but it scared me to death. It was a film called The Gate, I believe. And that film, the amount of influence on Silent Hill is just unbelievable. I mean, you can really see that they were influenced by that film in a massive way, in a really big way. And there's lots of cool things, actually, about Silent Hill. Like, for example, there's a film called Kindergarten Cop with Arnold Schwarzenegger, a comedy. It's a fantastic film, I absolutely love it. It's one of my favourite 90s films with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And basically, all of the elements of that film, like the school and the school buses, etc., and the streets and lots of different artwork that makes an American school up, everything from first aid boxes to, cars and bits and tables and that kind of thing, basically was used and copied and put in Silent Hill. So when the Japanese were making Silent Hill, they actually completely, well, I wouldn't say we're inspired by Kindergarten Cop, but they used Kindergarten Cop as a bit of a template to get kind of an American town vibe, really, which gave it that old kind of, it's like an old mining town in America, and it's like shrouded mystery. But I won't go into any spoilers about the actual game. There's a lot of mystery to the game. So the stream's going live on IGN, guys. We'll go live now and we'll check it out.
Could she really be here, waiting for me? Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill.
I know what you
So yeah, thoughts. I'm quite impressed. Silent Hill 2 getting a remake is obviously a big deal. Graphically, it looks incredible. It looks very, very close to the original game. The story looks the same, to be honest with you. The story looks exactly the same. I don't think they've changed anything too much. Where it absolutely captures the essence and the atmosphere and the vibe of the second game. So yeah, I'm really excited. It looks really, really good. I don't know about the new game. Obviously, it's a bit of a teaser. They haven't shown very much. I guess we'll see what kind of direction they're going to go in. I think the movie looks really promising. I think the fact that they're trying to kind of, capture the essence of the film back in the day, but try something new is a really cool thing. I just hope they don't try too much, because you just can't try everything. You have to be quite disciplined when it comes to making a film, I think, and not try to change too many things. I think they need to capture the magic of the original film from 2006, but then, try something, slightly newer, in essence of it being a modern take and a modern film. I just hope to God they don't get the CGI wrong. I hope the CGI looks really good. If they could do practical effects, that'd be even better. But regarding the CGI, I just hope that's the part that needs to get right, because it just completely pulls you out of the experience if the CGI looks rubbish. The CGI is not on point, it just pulls you right out of the movie, and the story can be amazing, but like I say, if they don't get that part right, which is meant to pull you into that world of Silent Hill, then obviously it's just going to a loser. But I'm optimistic. They sound really motivated to make a good movie, so really, really optimistic that'll be an awesome film in the end. I imagine we'll get that film in 2024. I think 2023 will be the Silent Hill remake, and it'll be 2024 for the new game and the new movie, by the look of things, regarding how far they are into the process. Right, I want to say thank you so much for watching this episode, a bit of something new for the channel. I'm still getting used to doing these kind of things again, and even talking again on mic. I've not done any content for my channel properly in so long, but it's so good to be back doing different things and keeping it varied. But thank you so much for giving me the time and checking it out. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. So a massive thank you so much for watching. I hope you're as excited as I am for the new Silent Hill games and the movie. The Resident Evil stream is starting tomorrow, and I'm going to be doing an episode very similar to this one. So I'll be talking about the Resident Evil DLC coming for Village, also with the third-person view for Village, which I'm so excited about, because it's going to be like playing a classic Resident Evil game, but obviously it's the Village story. Playing Resident Evil 8 Village in the classic Resident Evil third-person mode really excites me, so I can't wait for that. But also possible news of a Resident Evil 4 demo dropping tomorrow. So I'll be back tomorrow. But yeah, I'll be back with another episode. Like I say, Resident Evil, guys. That'll be the stream tomorrow, and I'll be making a new video covering all of that. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care.